Hey everybody, why So Wookie here. In this video, we're going to go over the December 2020 console dev letter. That's going to go over a couple of different issues that they've aware of and what they're doing to try and resolve those for us. So the first thing that they say is just off the bat, our last couple of patches have been rough around the edges in terms of quality. We're seeing increased amounts of reports of crashes, hitches, freezing, as well as longer load times, lowered frame rates, etc. Behind the scenes, they just say that they're prioritising working on this and trying to optimise everything. And I think the reason that this is starting to happen is because they're working on much more consoles, so there's more variations of the game. So you've got the OG consoles, then you've got the high performance last gen consoles, and then you've got the next gen consoles. So it's like, personally, I'm now playing the game on Xbox Series X. I was lucky enough to get myself one of those. I'm not really experiencing more crashes than normal, like maybe one every now and again. But the great thing about a next gen console is you load back into the game super quick anyway. So it's like I've actually crashed at the beginning of the playing line before and loaded in, and I'm still not hit the ground. So it's not it's not like it completely ruins the match. Luckily, hitching I've experienced a lot. So a couple of times now it's like hitched where you think the game's frozen. You go to restart it, but it's not even frozen. Then you just carry on. It lasts for sometimes like 5 seconds, where you're just like frozen and nothing can happen. It's happened to me probably I want to say 3 or 4 times, and it happened. And it's not that's just not a next gen issue either, because my mate who plays on the OG Xbox One, it happened to him as well. And when it happened to him, we were in the middle of a gunfight as well. But luckily, we managed to survive. But yeah, that's definitely a new issue that I'd never experienced before. I'd never had that on my Xbox One X or anything like that. But again, I don't think it's unique to the new consoles because, like I say, he had it. Longer load times, I've not experienced that at all now that it's on an SSD. If anything, it's quicker than when I played it on my One X on an SSD. It just loads up really quick. And the frame rate, obviously on the Series X, I'm playing in frame rate priority mode, which means I'm playing at 60 FPS. And I don't really see too many drops, like, noticeably. I mean, I imagine it does drop to, like, 50s and stuff like that when in vehicles and stuff like that, but it's not to a point where I'm like, oh my god, it's chugging. So that's not really something I'm experiencing. That's probably, I imagine, more on the older consoles that are doing that. And like I said, they're working on cutting back memory usage, optimizing the code to try and improve all this. However, performance and stability issues often require quite some time to resolve. So basically, they're saying it's not necessarily going to be an instant fix, but they are working on it, which I suppose is only a good thing. But hopefully, every patch we have should make it better for players. Basically, they say better. What they're going to do to improve it in the future, because like it was playing very well, is that they're going to have better prevention measures. So they're going to go through more stringent testing and stuff to try and avoid this in the future. So when multiple different teams put the work together, there's not some unforeseen thing, which will probably mean we get more patches on the test server before they hit the live server, you would hope, so that we can feed this back. But sometimes when they put things on the test server, it seems more like it's just a demo, because there has been instances in the past where they've slapped an update on the test server, it's released 1 week later, and the issues that they had in the test server just aren't fixed. So maybe they should put it on the test server earlier than that to give them time to fix that, but we'll have to see. And then they've got some Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 specific issues. So they've had these longer now, but they've not actually done like a next gen update yet. If you're playing on the Series X or the PS5, you're actually just playing the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro version of the game. You know, the 60 FPS version. So obviously, you know, they're not the same operating system. You know, there's different hardware, so they're having some issues. You know, like getting used to that. I don't think that's going to be a long-term issue, particularly because the consoles are much more powerful. So I think it's just the optimization thing with the issues that they're having. But yeah, they say since we've got to port over a new game to these new platforms, whatever occur on the consoles need to be fixed on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 version of the game. The hardware and operating systems are vastly different, blah, blah, blah. However, they say when they do updates, they don't want it to have a negative effect on the older consoles. So it's a balancing act, isn't it? If they update something on the newer consoles, they don't want it to destroy something on the older consoles, and vice versa. However, those lucky enough to have secured themselves a next-gen console, we know how much you've been enjoying running the game on these more powerful devices, so we're also seeing if we can make our game more stable on new devices as well. To be fair, I feel like the game is just more stable on the new devices. The amount of crashes is like way lower. It loads up so much quicker, so when you do occasionally crash, it's not as dramatic to the experience, and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully they can make it even more stable so that crashing just doesn't exist on the next gen consoles. That'd be amazing. But hopefully, that's something for the future. And then they go on to say 2020 has been a crazy year. It's been a tumultuous year for everyone, fighting through almost a year of COVID-19. And during these trying times, our team did some good work. And I did some bad, leading to a lot of joy, but a lot of frustration too. And I agree with that. I think PUBG's had a good year overall. A lot of the new content has been good. But yeah, sometimes they've had missteps and it has caused frustration where crashing has skyrocketed. I think was it around the July update where it's just like crashing like every 3 or 4 games, but they got past it. Obviously development in 2020 has been a lot different, but hopefully moving into 2021, like they say, things are going to go onwards and upwards. They're looking to support the game for a lot longer, and that's good. And that's it. So that's all it is for the December one. This will be the last one before next year now. And I hope you enjoyed this video and this look at the 2020 December dev letter. If you did, consider liking and subscribing to see more. Wookie out.